How you doing? Woo! So, I want to talk about how your environment plays a big role in terms of that shapes of your future. So, what I want to talk about is that your environment plays a big role. For example, the friends you hang out, what you consume on social media content, the people you hang out with, where you live, in terms of the weather, I think that plays a big role in terms of the type of person you will become. For example, let's say that if you hang with people who are really into fitness, right? If you hang with people who like going to the gym every day, then you will become a gym junkie. If you hang with people who are into photography, you will become a photographer. If you hang with people who don't do anything in their life, then you become that loser who don't do anything in their life. So I just want to kind of make this clear, right? And the reason why I want to talk about this, because generally your environment plays a big role. For example, if you got ambition goals that you have in life, hang out with people who are ambitious, because then they will push you to become ambitious. But if you hang with losers who are not ambitious and don't have direction in life, then you're probably gonna become the loser who has no direction and doesn't know where to go in life. Because from my own personal experience, I intentionally try to go out my way to meet people who have pretty similar goals and who are high level ambition as I am. Because I want to get to the next level. And for me to get to the next level, I've got to surround myself with these type of people. Now, you're probably asking, how do you find these type of people? One is by putting yourself out there. It's by, reaching out, sending a DM, or even joining like group communities, or even like paying money for mentorships or investing in yourself. Because that's the only way you can get there. Or even just making content in order to attract those type of people. Like for example, someone like myself, if you look over my Instagram account, I do photography travel because I want to attract people who are into photography, who like traveling and who like doing the same things as me. And also the reason why I want to make this content on this account, because I want to attract people who are ambitious like me. That's how you find people like yourself, you know. And if you show that you're ambitious, you attract people who are ambitious, because it's the law of attraction. How you act is the type of people who will come to your life. For example, if you're a lazy cunt, you attract lazy people. If you fuck around, if you go to clubs and all that, then you're gonna fucking attract degenerate people. That's why you gotta be intentional in life. That's why your environment plays a big role. Environment's everything. Even like the food you eat, if you hang with people who eat healthy, you'll be healthy. If you hang with people who eat shit diet food, then you're gonna eat shit diet food. That's how your environment plays a big role. Sometimes you have to be intentional. Like, be intentional who you want to hang out with. If you want to hang with people you want to grow, hang with people who want to grow. Because that's what not many people tell you about. Not many people tell you about the environment. For example, your environment with your parents play a big impact. For example, when you're growing up as a kid, right, your parents will actually ingrain beliefs in your mind to think like them. You know the old saying that, oh, you like your mum, you like your dad, right? The reason why you like your mum and dad, because you hang out with your mum and dad, because you grew up with your parents. And in order to break those beliefs, you got to surround yourself with different people. If you don't like the person you are, change the people you surround yourself with. That's what I did. I intentionally go out and hang with different people. And this might be involved ditching your friends from high school. I'm not saying you have to ditch them, ghost your high school friends. Maybe this might involve spending less time with them. Because if they're not helping you to get to the goals you want in life, you might have to spend less time with them. And yeah, the old saying, people are like, oh yeah, when people become successful, they ditch their high school friends. Well, they're not being dickheads. They're just, you got to spend less time. Because they might be a good friend to hang out with, right? But if they're distracting you to get to the things you want to get to, you got to spend less time with them. That's the reality. And that's what I learned. Because I'm still friends with my high school friends, because I still like playing tennis with them. But besides that, if I go hang out with them every day, I'm not getting anywhere in life. I'm falling behind backwards. Because even if I try to push them, if they're not pushing themselves, I'm going to fall behind. It's like the old saying, when you get successful, and then for example you have your other friend holding you back, they're going to try to drag you down, man. You can't let that happen. You can't, if you can't help them get to your level, might have to make them fall behind. And that's the sad reality. The only way you can help them improve is that they got to help themselves. That's the reality. That's why your environment plays a big role. Environment's everything, man. That's what shapes people's success. And this might be in joining group chats, joining communities, joining people who have the same ambition as you. And that's how you get there. And the thing is, like, not many people think like that. Not many people don't say this. Now, it's the old saying, the 5 people you surround yourself with determines the person you will become. That's why you got to surround yourself with people. And even if you don't have friends or people who are ambitious, then just listen to podcasts. Listen to successful people. Listen to people you want to become like. That's how I did it. Like, for example, right now, I'm reading Brian Tracy. Right? I'm reading the Psychology of Sales because I want to learn about sales. Or I'm reading Sell Like Crazy, like Salvi Stewart, because I want to get better at business and marketing. So even then, I even read books who are like 10 times more successful in anything. For example, even like for someone like me, I want to become like a full-time travel photographer video. I start like learning from travel filmmakers and photographers who are successful. Like for example, like Sam Newton, one of the most successful travel videographers out there on YouTube. I try to learn from him how he became successful. I try to listen to podcasters. I educate myself. I brainwash myself to learn how they did it and how can I implement in my own life. And that's the only way you get there. Surround with the right environment and you will get there. Because if you hang out with losers who don't have a direction, then you will become the loser who doesn't have a direction. That's why, in my opinion, if you've got goals, let's say you want to become a YouTuber, hang out with YouTubers. Hang out with people who are in the YouTube space. In fact, talk to people, even network, even like talk about, make group chats, be proactive. Set like, weekly calls. Oh yeah, well let's talk, let's analyze our YouTube channel. Or even let's say you want to get better at, tennis, right? You want to improve your tennis game, right? Surround yourself in tennis, join tennis communities, and fucking play every day. That's how you do it. Your environment plays a big role. Your environment shapes who you will become. It's the same thing for even if you want to improve confidence, how to be more confident in your own life. Hang around people way more confident than you. Because the only way I actually got better, improve my confidence, is hanging around people who actually are more confident. For example, right, when I was meeting up with a friend, right, so this guy, he's a filmmaker, right, but he's worked with like Luke Belmore, Andrew Tate, right, and every time I hang out with him, I just feel 10 times more confident because he believes in himself. Like I remember once I was going to his warehouse and he was on the sales call, right, and he had mad confidence that he can get this client the results he wants because he had confidence, he believed in himself. And ever since I started hanging out with him, my confidence started improving, and that's why I brainwashed myself to become more confident. That's why your environment plays a big role. Even like one of my high school friends actually, he's actually a lot more confident now. He's more confident getting girls now, because I remember like beforehand he wasn't confident, but ever since he started hanging out with me, because we went to Melbourne to watch the Australian Open, now he's a lot more confident because I'm confident and I push him to become more confident. So your environment plays a big role. So if you want to change your life and you're not happy, change your environment. So hope this helps. And yeah, catch you around. See ya. Bye.